Why, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pohx again. So today we're going to go ahead and jump right on into some of the changes that have occurred in the beta. Yesterday they deployed a patch. They changed around a lot of things in the skill tree. Well, not a lot, but they added some new clusters in the skill tree, which I feel were kind of necessary. They did some pretty heavy changes to things like Arctic Armor and Blood Rage. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into that and talk about kind of how that influences some other builds. And same thing with Mind Over Matter, it's been removed, or sorry, it's been altered on the tree. But before we do that, I do want to state that if you guys don't like porn, I'd recommend you look away from the screen right now, because I need to show you what happens when you have 3 male cats in the house. So as you guys know, we've got some kitty cats. We've got Mowgli, who is not in this picture right now, and we've got Oscar, and we've got Mini K, also known as Mini Gay, Dipshit, Dum Dum. There's a couple other stuffs. So as you can see in this position here, he looks kind of like a chicken. He is currently assuming the position, and well, Mini K is about 18 months and Oscar is 7 years old, and you can see here that Mini K is a bully. All right, boys, he's a bully. And make sure, guys, that if you're gonna be in a relationship like this, that it's consensual. All right, that's very, very important that that occurs in your life. So let's just take a look at that one more time. Okay, do you see that face right there, boys? That is not the face of consent. Do you see that? That's not the face of consent. Anyway, let's move on into what we were doing. So here's the character I've got on the standard beta. So let's talk about a couple things really fast. So I will hopefully showcase, I've got to play a bit more, but I do have my Pledge of Hands and Lightning Coil to test around with this character, but I need some pretty heavy gear and some alterations to, well, not literally alteration, I need to alter some stuff. So let's talk about some new clusters that were added, right? Alright, here we go. First off, is the music volume disabled here? Oops, didn't mean to do that. Alright, we're good. So some things that they did. I can't go over everything now, but I'm sure if you check on Reddit, you'll be able to find some stuff. So first off, these cast speed nodes have been buffed. So like nimbleness and mental rapidity, which used to be here where Mind Over Matter is now. Now they add, so you'd have like your 3%, where'd it go? There you go, 3%, 3%, and 6%, but it additionally gives increased movement speed and chance to avoid interruption from stuns while casting. And then we've got cast speed, cast speed, cast speed with mono regen, so this one's really good. Furthermore, we've gotten some new clusters. If you look right here, there's a lightning damage cluster. So we have a cold damage cluster here that's been here previously. We had a fire damage cluster here by Arsonist, but there was never a lightning damage one. There was the hybrid one, which the hybrid one was just recently added, Stormweaver. And then you have your fire damage one, which, as you guys may tell, this is different. So what is this one? Aha, see? They moved Holy Fire up here by Avatar of Fire, and instead they put a fire area here, 10, 10, 10, 25% with area of effect, which is really sick. Let's go back over here with the lightning one, which is lightning, 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 and then lightning damage, casting speed, and critical multiplier. This is insane. This is really, really strong. Some other changes they did is they knocked off one if you decided to go this way through Sovereignty, and they moved the aura effect over into Leadership in here. So Leadership now gives increased effect of your auras. So that's pretty cool. You kind of chop and save 1 point if you decided to get Leadership depending on your build. There's a couple things that have been changed as well. I can't really go over everything per se, but one thing is, I believe Iron Reflexes used to be here, now it's down here, and they removed Mind Over Matter and moved it all the way up right here, which is really cool because this actually opens up. This is more in the caster section, and I feel this is kind of where it was warranted before. Literally very few builds, none that I've played even, went Mind Over Matter, aside from back in Nemesis when you do like Iron Reflexes Mind Over Matter. So I never had a build that would use it, and I was a little disappointed by it, and you're pretty much all forced to go Iron Reflexes. Or sorry, Cloak of Defiance. So another change that I just remembered as well that occurred is Blood Magic. Blood Magic has been buffed and nerfed. Before we'd have Mortal Conviction right here. Now you get 10% life, 10% life, 15% life, 50% less mana reserved. It's pretty cool, man. That's, you know, that's 10, 20, 35% life for 3 points. This is a nerf to low life builds because it's extra points to spend on Mortal Conviction. So you're spending 2 extra points. It's a buff to life-based characters. Not many people use blood magic, but this is not too bad. You know, it's a lot of life. And if you play builds that don't necessarily need auras, which, you know, pretty much every build needs them, but I don't know. I'm sure people will figure out some stuff to do. It's really not that bad at all. I know leveling with blood magic, you could potentially do that. Like if you just started and you're pumping and rushing through, you could easily have the damage to sustain it and just out tank early game with an extra 35% increased life. Like that's similar to the Scion life wheel. What do we have here? 10, 20, 30, 49%. So it's, except this is 3 points. I guess 4 if you count blood magic. So it's pretty big, man. And then you could just respec when you're going crit or something and just drop it. Okay, so let's talk about some gems now. Blood Rage. Alright. So one thing to note about Blood Rage is it used to downscale. So like instead of it just being a flat 4% life per second that you would lose, it used to go down I think maybe 3.7, 3.6 life. Recently they changed it to physical damage and not chaos damage as a degeneration. Now it's changed again. So now what they did is you lose 4% of your maximum life per second as physical damage, and you lose 4% of your maximum energy shield per second as physical damage. So CI doesn't get to run it for free anymore. You know, it still does something to you now, which I was happy to see. You know, that's cool. It's no longer 100% for free. It also gives an attack speed buff now, which really promotes you using it in any non-caster build, essentially. Like, that attack speed is pretty nuts. It's free. I don't know what quality does on it, so I can't really see, but 14% attack speed for using Blood Rage, not including the frenzy charges that it gives, which give 4% casting speed and attack speed per charge, plus 4% more damage, and it still gives you the life leech. I think Blood Rage is a pretty badass buff right now. And then depending on what jewels you use, you could get, you know, per buff, etc., you can get a ton of damage. Alright, so another one they did, which was pretty substantial. I don't know if it's here or where it is. They really wanted... Oh, penetrations have been changed. Penetrations went down from 150% mana to 140% on the mana multiplier. I don't even know what Arctic Armor looks like because I never use it. I know it's green. I might just go on Reddit and find one. Okay, so some other things that were changed that were pretty substantial is I don't know 100% what they did with Herald of Ice, but Herald of Thunder has had the additive damage to spells reduced by almost 50%. So if you guys want to check it on a wiki, I might actually have the screenshot still. Okay. Oh, actually I do have the screenshot. So here was a Herald of Thunder pre-patch. The additive damage adds 11 to 136 damage to spells and attacks. 11 to 136 at 19. We're going to go ahead and pull that out right now and take a look at it. It is 18 to 71 now. So you got a little bit more base damage, like lower end, but 18 to 71 from 11 to 136. So it took a pretty big hit there. Furthermore, they did reduce gem EXP. So instead of it being 271 million, it's 212 million. It's a lot quicker to level them now. It was kind of necessary. I mean, gems were pretty hard to hit 20 before this because they increased the EXP. Let's see. Arctic Armor. Perfect. Let's talk about what Arctic Armor does now. Base duration, etc. So you still get the chill. 11% less physical damage taken when hit. 10% less fire damage taken when hit. You take less fire and physical damage while stationary, meaning if you're running, this does not work. You have to be standing still when you're getting hit. So it promotes builds like Incinerate and some other stuff. Now granted, a lot of the times when you take damage is when you're standing still and not necessarily when you're moving. So it's not that bad. It seems kind of icky, but it's really not. It really depends on how much you're casting and how much you're kiting. So for a lot of my builds, like trappers and stuff, I'm never standing still. For self-casting, you're standing still quite a bit. Now, this is also an aura now. It reserves 25% of your mana rather than it going off of mana regeneration, which means melee builds can use it. It's not at all just for casters. So you take 11% less physical damage as a melee. They did nerf Fortify, so Fortify is now 20% instead of 25% on the reduction. So they're trying to change some stuff up. It's pretty cool what they're doing, and a little thing for people as well who are having issues with like mana in the beta. Just to show you guys, I don't really have mana gear at all. You know, the only thing I really have for mana is I've got Heart and Soul and I've got Deep Thoughts. I could also additionally spec into like Soul Siphon, respec, Start Witch, get another 24% max mana. So if I wanted to spec mana, I could. With that being said, at level 80, I'm pretty sure I've got 50 mana there. I really don't have much mana. Like, that's pretty much it. That's it. If I were to put on a Pledge of Hands, I would go from 873 mana to 1,432 mana with a Pledge of Hands. And then if you think about going over and grabbing like Sovereignty, you could still have a decent amount of mana for Mind Over Matter. Not like 3,000 unreserved, which I'm sure someone will figure out how to do, but it's still a decent amount. It's not too bad. So anyway, you know, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to keep you guys updated. I'm going to be trying out this game here called EOS. I forgot what it's called. Eye of Souls, Well of Souls, Fuck of Souls, Eternal Souls, something of Souls. I don't think it's going to be very good. It's a free-to-play MMO that just recently came out. I'm pretty sure it's pay to win, but you know what? Sometimes it's fun just smashing little newbies, you know? So, anyway, hope you guys enjoy yourselves. If you guys have any questions, actually, does this even show up? Oh, it does show up. If you guys have any questions, of course, as always, drop them down below, man. And, you know, I hope to see you guys on the other side. I'm loving the new computer. It's doing well. I don't know what's happening with the PoE servers. I'm getting some really bad latency on them. But other than that, life is all well. Feel free to check out the stream at twitch.tv/Pohx. I'm working my way into a schedule for you guys as well. You know, I want to make the stream a bit more professional. You know, I want to stop being stupid. Aside from, you know, sometimes I will get drunk and it will be in my title, and you know, that's just relax, have fun and whatnot. But for the most part, I'm trying to be a little less obnoxious. You know, there's no need for it. I've gotten the stupid out of me. I'm 22. It's time to grow up now. So, hope you guys have a wonderful time. Hope you guys enjoy yourselves. And again, as always, I will see you guys all tomorrow. Take care, everybody.